Okay, so this is my CAS reflection on the event Cafe Night. Wow. First of all, it was a great success. It was also the first time that I've been to an event called Cafe Night at school. So I will be going through the CAS reflection questions as I usually do, not specifically through them because that would take forever, but I will go through each of them in relation to the event as a whole. Okay, so first of all, Cafe Night. A little cafe ambiance with some really nice classy food, classy snacks, classy audience, and performances. From singing, dancing, playing, so on and so forth. Now, my job was to be a waitress. By golly, that was fun. So I stood behind a table where the food was, and people came, people went, and I was like, oh, grab some of this. This is lovely, grab some of this. And I did that for a while. So through that, I had interaction with many of the audience members, aged from youngsters to adults. So it was lovely to interact with them. They would talk to me about school, what I'm doing. I would explain that this is a CAS event for me. It's also an event held at ASA for students to be able to express their skills and their musical talents. It's an opportunity for them to really put themselves out there and learn new things. So through those, you gain more insights, more perspectives, and you get to actually explain why you're doing this event to people who don't really understand why a bunch of IB1s are spending their night at school instead of studying. Okay, now putting aside the waitressing, that of course, I bet we've all actually had an experience of that. It's lovely. You're on your toes. You're doing a lot of fancy things here and there. Also, I helped Vijay and Samir with the ticketing. I would take the money. I would give it to them. They would source it out, put a stamp on it to know that it's been checked off, hand the change back, give out more tickets if the person asked for it, and give out the guide or the little manual for the night of all the performances and timing. So I did that for about 45 minutes, did the waitressing for about an hour, and for another hour, I watched the performances. Now, the performances were lovely. There was a boy that did about 4 songs on the guitar. His name was Avery, and the emotional connection he had to the songs really changed my perspective on a lot of things. It came to a certain point where as he sang, he was crying. It was so powerful and so meaningful to him, and for him to be able to deliver that to people like me in the audience, it was just so touching. I really felt touched by it and inspired that he had the courage to do something like that, something that meant a lot to him, to be able to share it with the audience. It was really lovely. Some girls sang songs, some who didn't even play the guitar for like years of practice, put themselves out there, played a song, had fun with it, jammed out. Beautiful. Some talked about the MH370 flight that's missing, another touching story. I, originating from Malaysia, having the Malaysian Airlines plane go missing and having people of your kind on there, it's a very sad case, and the fact that they still haven't found the plane is obviously very touching. And hurting at the same time. I mean, for the families on there, for the passengers, it's an emotional roller coaster. So what I learned, put aside the emotional sense to it, was music. I learned about music, the tones, the beats, the rhythms, how they all flow together, how you sing with the beat. There's so many things that you just pick up while people perform, and that was a skill, being able to listen, be like, oh, that's when the beat dropped, oh, that's when her pitch increased, oh, this, oh, that. It helps even me, who loves to sing, improve my singing skills from just listening and understanding. So that was really cool. Now, what changes did this activity bring to me? Well, I learned a lot about music here, about talented people who love to sing and express that. It was really nice to watch and understand, but also see the way people perform. You learn about body language, you learn about the motivation they have to actually put on a good show. And this can be applied to so many situations, from waitressing to being at the ticketing counter to watching the performances. Like, this can apply in so many variations. Like, when you're a waitress, you have to be committed, on your feet, you know, interacting with people, making sure that they're happy with what they're getting. Ticketing, making sure you're giving out the right change, no one's getting upset, happy, send them in. Watching the performances, understanding how the performer himself or herself is feeling, you know, putting them in the spotlight and them in the shining, to actually watch their confidence levels, to learn from them how other people can express themselves. What I can take away from that is public speaking, how they introduce themselves, the way they sing, dance. So it was a good exposure, because I used to play the accordion when I was around 4 years old, 4 to 7, so about 3 years of playing the accordion, and I was very young, and it's been a very long time since I've gone back into that whole music aspect. So bringing myself back from that and plotting myself here and listening to music once again of other people singing, performing, jamming out, you know, enjoying the night. It was brilliant. It was fun. Ditched all my homework for it because it was something I was committed to exposing myself to. So it was a very enjoyable event. It was something really nice to have a relaxing night to enjoy. Too, I felt really touched by some of the performances, some of the ages that went up there. 6th graders, 7th graders, learning the guitar a day before to play a song. That takes skill, that takes motivation, and we as juniors, seniors, adults need to learn from these children, for crying out loud. I mean, no one can just learn the bass guitar in a day. It really takes skill, you know, getting the notes right, then going out and performing in front of 100, 200 people. It's not that easy. So to see the intrinsic motivation levels, it was just brilliant, since there's no extrinsic benefit, but other than just gaining skills from themselves. So it was really, really nice. And the attitude, I was impressed with myself as learning about music involving myself. So my attitude towards music, how I felt about it, my perspective on it. It wasn't like life-changing, but it really brought a lot of things that have a lot of personal involvement with me. And I think it's inspired me to start doing a little more in my musical aspects, putting myself out there. So it's something that I'm going to be working on. This event kind of inspired me to be like those performers, so to get up there and to use my musical talents, because I'm both a dancer and I do sing. So to do what they did in the next cafe night is a goal that I have chosen to pursue, and hopefully that I will be able to. So overall, it was a very enjoyable event. I did enjoy myself. Watching performances was lovely, as well as being a part of the volunteering group, from food to drinks to ticketing. So it was really nice, and it was a really good experience. So that's my CAS my CAS reflection for cafe night. Thank you.